All right. Okay. All right. We are live now.
It still says
uh,
it still says go live on my end.
so we are live now.
No, it's still like usually when we're live, it gives me the option to end stream. It still says go live on my end.
Oh, really? Mine's shown end stream.
Okay. Let me.
Yeah. There you go. And shout outs to the Super Bowl, Chargers Niners Super Bowl, and it wasn't a very great game, but you want to know what? You take what you can get. Okay.
And then just one more thing. Our background is the background thing.
The ticker. Let me go ahead and pull up the ticker. Let's see here. Ticker. Okay, and yeah, you're also right. What the fuck is going on here? Why is shit's not working properly? Okay. Let's see. Oh, well, wait. I think I know what it is. Let's see. And now, there we go. Okay. Now, as far as sorry, man, I've had a. Oh, the fucking ticker is going. What the fuck? Okay. All right.
The ticker's going, but our logo just isn't in the background.
Yeah. And
there we go.
Now we're there. Now we're there. All right. Apologies to everybody for all this stuff here. I've had a hell of a 48 hours, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to open this up with because last night we were supposed to have a show, and a lot of shit happened, and I just really wasn't up to it, man.
Yeah.
And there's no excuse for it, and I apologize to everybody. But I will explain this to the best of my ability. So, me and Jasmine, shout out to Jasmine, love of my life. So the three of us, I won't mention the other person because they're not involved in this, but Jasmine does watch, and she'd be appreciative of what I'm about to say. So I remember I texted you around like 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Something like that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, I think that things are starting to turn to the right direction because work meetings go one of two ways.
Yeah, you were excited because I was at work too. Yeah, I was at my desk at work too.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, maybe things are turning around. And the meeting was, how about we test you guys on the stuff that you don't know? Now, I kind of feel like that this is a setup. Because how are you going to test me on something that I don't know? Like that's like taking a college course and they say, okay, so we've taught you all this shit And here's something that you don't know. How are you expected to succeed?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking like maybe in 2 weeks because my contract expires in 2 weeks and Jasmine feels the same. So we're sitting here like, what are we supposed to do? I mean, for what it's worth, I feel like that I did my best and I feel like that she did my best, but it feels like that I was used because for those that don't work in insurance, there's something called open enrollment.
Yeah, every workplace, there's the open enrollment twice a year typically.
Yeah. So I feel like that I was hired on for 3 months to do open enrollment, and open enrollment ends in 2 weeks, which is not lost on me because if I'm not needed after open enrollment, then guess what? You're kind of fucked, buddy. And I feel like that, like, that I have a plan B, right? Like me and my old boss are in communication, so it's not the end of the world. It's
Yeah.
not, but I feel like that I was taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know,
Like if you were good at it, like you've said, I can imagine this place has a high turnover rate. Then if they just
they
like
do,
use
they do.
like if they just kind of use people and then cut them loose, or
Yeah,
maybe they're
yeah,
just a company that operates that way because some companies unfortunately do operate that way.
yeah, and like I knew that coming in, but not to get too deep into uh my situation. If you listen to my previous podcast, Nearly Insane, you know that this was a move that I had to make,
Yes.
and I felt like that it was the best for me. And now it feels like, fuck, should I have just stuck it out, man? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
You know what? It doesn't make sense now, and I'm not trying to be one of those like positive
Yeah,
motivational speakers, but
yeah.
you know, it doesn't make sense right now, today or yesterday or tomorrow.
Right,
But
right.
I mean, optimistically, one can hope that in 3 or 6 months, right now will make sense, or more or less.
Yeah, I feel like that it's a silver lining in a way
Yeah.
because there's no doubt in anybody's mind that I had to get away from that situation.
Yes, you had to for your mental health sake.
Right. And uh, I have had preliminary discussions about coming back. They want me back. Me and her, who shan't be named, she's in a different area. Um, we won't see each other too much, and whatever, dude. Whatever, you know. Uh, but yeah, that's probably my next week or so, because the way that this company functions is you get news on the 15th and the 13th. And when they dropped the shit on me was the 15th. So I was expecting like, yo, the 15th, this is good news. And maybe I was counting my chickens before they hatched, and I'm just like, oh, dude, it's the 15th. And I was texting Jasmine, and I'm like, yeah, dude, like, we're about to be hired on. And it was a total opposite.
Opposite. I mean, do you know for sure that test wasn't like sort of an assessment to see your strengths and weaknesses and stuff of where they're going to put you in another position?
I was thinking that until it was about shit that we weren't trained on.
But maybe they give it to you, cold, and then see what you're good at without any knowledge, and then see what you're not good at, and then see where they're going to place you. It's kind of like, in school, they do state testing to see what you excel at and what you're not good at and what you need work on,
Yeah. And like where you belong and yeah. That's totally.
I mean, I'm not saying wishful thinking, but when you kind of told me about that, that's kind of what came to mind.
Yeah, and that's totally crossed my mind, but there's 3 other people in our class who didn't get that.
Didn't get the test at all?
No. So they were like taken off of what we do and just go, hey guys, how would you like to work something else? And that didn't happen to me or her or the other girl. And I don't know. It just feels backstabby. It feels like a fucking setup.
Yeah.
And our contract expires in 2 weeks. And I mean, I don't really give a shit because, well, I do, but because you know me, like I take pride in my work.
Yeah.
Like I want to be the best at what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And this shit being sprung on me doesn't make me feel like that I'm not even like the best, that I'm not even good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll do a check-in in a week or two and see where we're at. So
now what is the story with this this tenant?
So the tenant, okay.
I saw that picture with the cat in the window. I saw your voice tweet thing yesterday. That's about all that I know. Oh yeah, that's about all that I know.
Okay, so just to fill everybody in, I'm sitting here last night around 5-6 o'clock, whatever.
Last night or Friday?
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday. Sorry. And I'm sitting here, dude, and now I understand where he's coming from too, because he's moving in, so he has to have doors open to move shit in, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden I hear, come get your fucking cat. And I open the door and I go, "What? My cat is in your apartment?" Like, okay. So I go upstairs, grab the cat, bring him down. I toss the cat very gently, toss the cat into the room, shut the door, and I go, me being me, because I have a fucking mouth, right? Just whatever. And I say to him, I go, well, don't you have a dog? And he goes, well, my dog, my dog was approved in the fucking lease. Now bells go off in my head, and I go, well, when I signed my lease 2 years ago, they told me no pets, right?
Yeah.
So I shut the fuck up at that point because I already knew where my mind was heading, and it was too late to text my landlord. She's 76 years old. I'm not gonna burden her this late at night.
Yeah.
So 9 a.m. this morning.
You mean 9 a.m. Saturday?
Well, Saturday. No, wait, hold on. It might have been today. Let me see. Oh shit! I meant to send her the podcast link. So let me go ahead and do that. No, it was today. It was today. So I was having it out with her, like over text. And actually, let me read the text that I sent to her. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. So, these are the texts that I sent her. Okay, so let's see. All right, Friday. You're right. I sent that over. I'll call your mom tomorrow before I come by and sign a brand new lease, because the lease, you can't have two different fucking leases in the same house.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
Right. So she goes, okay, thanks. I'll let her know. Okay. All right. Okay. So, I sent her. I don't know if I could pop this on the screen or not because it's from my phone. I said acceptable rent payment, whatever. So if she wants to evict me, you are not able to accept partial payments. Now, this is the big thing for me because I have paid her multiple times, $350. My rent is $700.
Yeah.
Right? So I will take 1 week and I go $350, and then the next week $350. This is against the law. You can't you can't split rent.
Yeah.
Okay, so they accepted that. Okay, part 2, communication. Let your tenant know when the rest of the rent is due, which I have. I said that I will pay you $350 on, I don't know,
The 10th.
October 16th, and the rest will be on October 23rd. Okay, they accepted it. Okay, fine. Consequences. Included a clause in the agreement that explains consequences or solutions. None of that happened. Legal rights. Accepting partial payments may impact some of legal rights, such as your ability to evict. Okay. Tenant advantage. Accepting partial payment may signal to your tenant that partial payments are okay. Now, she's trying to tell me that because that I've never paid rent in full, that's grounds for fucking eviction. No, it's not. No, it's not. Notwithstanding that this motherfucker is a whole pet. He's a whole dog, a big dog. I'm not talking about a fucking poodle. A poodle, I can kind of,
Yeah, or a little fucking Maltese or something.
I can accept that. Because your poodle or your Maltese is the size of my fucking cat.
Yeah. What does he have, like a German Shepherd or some shit?
Yeah, dude. I went outside to open the door for the pizza, and I'm hearing like, nah, bro. No. So there's actually more here. Let's see. Tanja's on her way. Okay. You might get to see Tanja. I haven't seen her in 15 years, so if she's a ham beast, apologize. I apologize, buddy. Let me get back to this here. Okay. So I sent her all this. Landlords should not accept partial payment. Okay. Conflicts with lease agreement. We covered that. She sets a precedent. That's another thing. She sets a precedent because if you are accepting these payments, then that means that you're acceptable of the fucking payment.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're like prepared for somebody who actually like knows the law. Dude.
Actually knows the shit. And I remember this happened at your previous place. Remember you went to court over it. It wasn't the same thing, but it was similar. Like you knew all your shit and you defended yourself or represented yourself in court and won because you knew your shit. They expect everyone to just be a fucking brain fog retard who doesn't read up on laws or rights or whatever. Excuse me.
Yeah, no. And what they also expect is to just let it go and be like, oh man, he's got us by the balls. So I'm better off just paying or moving. Well, I'm not the fucking one, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not the one. As you know, I do my research. I extensively do my research on fucking YouTube by lawyers, landlords, and all this shit. I know it all.
Yeah.
Don't try to fucking nah. I'm not leaving here, bro. I'm not. The only way that I'm leaving here is if I want to fucking leave here.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And ever since I sent those breakdowns to her, she has not said shit.
Mm-hmm. She probably didn't even know that.
Exactly. Just because that you're a fucking homeowner doesn't mean that you know. Oh, and one last thing I said to her was there's no smoking in here. Well, guess what? I'm gonna start smoking in the house. I'm gonna, because who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? If I was a minor leaguer, okay? If I was a fucking minor leaguer and I went 0 for 10 or 2 for 10, right? Because she got 2 right. If I went 2 for 10, you're out of the fucking game. You're out of the league. You're fucking flipping burgers at fucking In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Don't go there with me. I know the law better than you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Anyways, that yeah, go ahead.
What?
No, I was saying, go ahead. I'm gonna pull out some stories for us to get into.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, I got myself blocked here because I had so much shit going on here. I'm gonna pull them up one by one. But Jack, man, tell me how you doing, man.
I'm just relaxing. I just been house sitting all weekend, so
So that's
basically
not
been, basically been
that's
hoping. Basically been home all weekend, so
at your own crib or
at my parents.
I was about to say I noticed that the background was a little bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, it's my dad's house.
All right. Let's see here. Give me one more moment. Tanja should be pulling up in any second.
I'll be back in just a second. I got to go to the bathroom real quick and fix my contact.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Today. So that's my 48 hours. Okay. And once Jack's back, he will be up. Fuck. Wardrobe change. Let's go. Shit, man.
All right, good to go now.
All right. Hey, sorry, buddy. I had to take a wardrobe change.
Oh, it's
Right
all
quick.
good. What's going on in New Mexico?
What is it?
What's going on in New Mexico? There's something in the water there, and it ain't fluoride.
Yeah, dude.
got-
That's
It's Breaking Bad. It's John Jones' home turf. It's Monty, and now it's 20 skulls found in a New Mexico home.
yeah. I wonder if the skulls have the. I wonder if the skulls have the yellow tint.
What does that mean?
Breaking Bad when they would go when they go to Mexico.
Oh yeah. The different like camera filter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So yeah, man. Let's get into this here. So fragments of up to 20 human skulls are found. So, okay, before we get into this, right? These were found in a residential home.
Yeah.
Is this some like Gacy shit?
I don't know. Click on like that New York Times article. That's probably the best one.
I think I did. Oh shit! Hold on. Wait.
It's just on the Google search.
Hold on. Yeah, I think I did. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. So in one home, the Lea County Sheriff said his office was exploring whether the bones
might be linked to any homicides or missing persons.
All right. Well, hey man, let's see. All right. So there's the home, which doesn't look too inviting, Jack.
Doesn't look like something you'd see on HGTV.
No. Okay. Do you want to read this or do you want...
I'll start it off. Fragments of 10 to 20 human. How do they know? Is it 10 or 20? Like, how is it? I guess if the skulls are like broken and shit, I guess. It says, I guess I'm stupid. It says fragments right there. But fragments of 10 to 20 human skulls have been discovered in a burned out house in a small town in New Mexico, raising unsettling questions about who the bones belong to.
Hello?
And how the people died, investigators said this week.
It's way in the back, sweetie. The light is on. Sorry, Jack. Tandra called. It's way in the back with the light on. Do you need me to go open the door?
Yeah, I think I'm at the right place.
All right.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know if I should park where I am, though. I don't want to take someone else's spot, you know?
No, you're good. All right, sorry, Jack. As you know, I live in. I don't live in the very identifiable part of town, but yeah, go ahead.
The Lee County Sheriff Corey Helton said that the bones have been discovered this month inside a dilapidated property in Joel, New Mexico, which is home to
It
about
was dilapidated. No, I'm joking.
2,200 people in the arid southeastern corner of the state by the Texas border. Sheriff Helton said that investigators had sent the fragments to a state lab for testing and potential identification. It went away.
Ooh.
I think you actually bumped.
Shit. Okay.
Just
there we
scroll
go.
back up. Scroll back up.
Up.
I was let's see. Okay. I was go above the Capital One ad. I was still up there. Okay. Subsequent searches near a convenience store in the property revealed bone fragments that a pathologist later confirmed to be human. The sheriff's office said on November 6th, investigators executed a search warrant at the property, uncovering additional bone fragments, including parts of a skull and a jawbone, prompting investigators to call in forensic experts. On November 9th, a forensic anthropologist and a team of investigators conducted a comprehensive search of the property, discovering parts of 10 to 20 skulls. Mr. Villanueva has been charged with criminal trespass, a misdemeanor record show, and was being held in jail on Thursday. It was not immediately clear if he had a lawyer. Miss Kelton said that she did not know of any connection between her sister and Mr. Villanueva, although she had seen him around Jaw. He used to walk the streets quite often, but no personal encounters with him at all.
All right.
You want to scroll down some more? I think there was a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelton said the family had a lot of questions about the bones, but was hopeful they could signal the end of their search for Miss McMahon's. I view it as a glimmer of hope because it could bring closure to our family, especially my dad and the kids. She said they deserve to know something. Yeah, so this is I think it will take a while. It takes a couple weeks, I think, to examine skeletal remains. I don't know. I don't think it takes too long. But yeah, that's a case worth following because was it a serial killer? Was it some fucking satanic sacrificial shit? Like,
well, see, I struggle with cases like this, man, because while I was outside, did it determine that he was like a immigrant or
no, it didn't say nothing about that.
Okay. Well, and you want to know what? I have a debate about whether shit. Hold on, man. She's calling me again. Hold on. Hello? Hi. Yes, I can. Give me one moment. Be right back, Jack.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, you don't want to walk upstairs. Just doing a podcast. You can just sit wherever. All right. Tanja, this is Jack. We do stuff every couple weeks. Shit. What was I saying, man?
Oh, it was about that case.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. The way that I think at things when it comes to this is that I don't think that like let me collect myself here because I don't want to say something stupid. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So I have a debate all the time with Danny Maz, right?
Yeah.
And his issue is that they would have died anyway. Which okay, all right, fine.
Who would have died anyway? What do you mean?
Well, like the victim.
Yeah, I mean, died anyway when in
Like
with
like
old
like
age?
like like
or-
like like if they weren't put in that position to where this guy knew her
yeah,
and got the opportunity to do it,
yeah,
right? And his argument is that, well, it may happen anyway, which, okay, fine, maybe, right? But in this particular incident, it shouldn't have. He should not have been here.
yeah,
Her life was taken by a guy who has no fucking business being here.
yeah,
So if some guy from like Missouri or something killed her, well, guess what? That's our fucking problem.
yeah.
This guy from fucking Guatemala.
Okay, I know what you mean now. I got it. Okay, it took me a second.
Yeah. So it just doesn't compute to me because so like say for our girlfriend, for example, right, was out on a run and one of me and you was just like, ah, right? Well, guess what? That's America's problem.
Yeah. But then if it was some, dude from Venezuela who was here illegally, yeah, then it's. I mean, but then at the same time, wouldn't it also be our problem for having no border restrictions and shit?
Well,
But then again, if there
yes.
was no open borders, the guy would never be here.
Right. So he wasn't due here to be fucking belong. Like he didn't belong.
Yeah.
So, for all we know, this girl, and I believe she was what, 22,
Yeah.
23, something like that.
Yeah.
Whole life ahead of her. And this guy, he sits here in court. I don't know if you've seen this, but he sits here in court, and the poor mother is sitting here and crying, of course, like, yo, you just lost your daughter. And this cocksucker looks at her and laughs and smiles.
Yeah.
You deserve the fucking needle, bro. And that's not me being like a death penalty advocate because there's a lot of people on death row who don't
I
deserve
don't
death
deserve to be
row.
there.
Yeah, like one innocent life, one, because me, you, her, whatever, you can be falsely accused
Yeah,
and you're fucking dead.
yeah.
That's
And
not fair.
there's people on death row who are literally, you know, mistaken identities, shit like that all the time.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I took a law and justice class. I took a law and justice class in college, and you know, we talked a lot about that in that class.
Yeah, dude, and you have the opportunity to lie, you know, and what the fuck, dude,
Yeah,
you know, and people lie for their own well-being, for their own circumstance. Like, oh my god, my dad would be mad if I fucked a black guy,
mm-hmm.
you know, and that's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
And oh shit, we got some comments. Let's see here, bro. Sully Mac.
Yeah.
Sully Mac, I want me and Jack both want to send a shout out to you, man. You were the most interactive person on our stream
Since the beginning, since like the first episode.
since the inception, and we love you to death, buddy. And he says high turnover rate, major red flags. Yeah,
it
dude.
was earlier. It was earlier when we were talking about your job stuff.
Oh, well, still holds the same. Still fucking holds the same.
That's why, like, that's why. Yeah, we love you. We love you too. That's why, like, when I, you know, and I'm pretty comfortable with where I'm at right now, but like,
Yeah.
it's not hard to just like Google a company and look at like, you know, Glassdoor reviews and stuff and see it for
Yeah, but what I've noticed with Indeed might be the worst shit.
Yeah.
Because Indeed sends you shit that you don't want.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like
It's
looking
like-
for jobs?
Yeah.
All they do is just send you fucking garbage. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I partially think that it's to get their numbers up and be like, oh well, Indeed, we support people getting work, but is it actually work?
I mean, a lot of times the positions, like, they'll keep jobs on there for months and months and months of shit that's already, or honestly shit that doesn't even exist. Like I watched a video, you know, because we heard through Biden's whole term that job growth, and what a lot of these companies do is they can literally create 18,000 job titles at the click of a fucking button. And then you can sit and turn in these and then never fill them because they're not even positions that exist, and then fill them. And then you turn it into the state and they go, oh, look at all these jobs you have that aren't even filled. And then if you have all these positions that aren't even filled, even though they don't exist, you apparently get this like pay cut when you have to contribute to the state unemployment insurance fund. So then you don't have to pay as much because then they see, well, we have 18,000 job titles and none of them are filled.
No, and dude, like, not only that, they implode. Let me see. Silly Cat says something to us.
And I love you guys. We love you too.
Shit. Keep it up, motherfucker. Yeah, bro. All love, man. All love. Sully Cat, you've been a supporter day one, man. Day one. Love you. But do you remember, I believe it was 2 months ago, I think, where they said that the employment numbers were like way up, way up, way up, way up, way up.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, it came out saying that, oh, wait, we made a mistake.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. How do you make that mistake?
Dude, it was off at like 200,000.
Yeah. Maybe if it's off by 1,000, maybe 10,000,
Right.
not hundreds of thousands.
It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And I think I said this to you on election night.
Yeah.
Everything in this world is a fucking lie.
It really is. You know, I'm not going to say, like, it's funny to me, like, I'm not going to say too much about my job, but
Yeah.
you know, I deal with hefty financial transactions at my job. And what happened?
Sorry. Oh, shit.
Oh,
There you go.
anyway, I deal with hefty numbers, hefty transactional financial numbers at my job. And I realized that most of this shit is all paid for on credit, not paid for months and months later. So it's like none of it. So it's like I'm good at my job and stuff, but like I got to the point where like I'm not gonna, like, if something goes wrong or whatever, like I'm not gonna take it that personally, because it's like really the whole world's fake. This money isn't real. It's all just made up. We print fucking money, more of it, and we're still trillions of dollars in debt. Hey, your mic's muted.
You're right. Let me tell you a little story about when I was growing up. When I was 12, 13 years old, there used to be a thing. It might still be a thing. But in Times Square, we would have a big board, dude. It was a big LED board. And it would show the surplus in our economy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not sure if they've taken it away because we're we're down, but we had a surplus of, don't quote me, but we had a surplus of like $3 trillion fucking dollars, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to go from 20 years to 25 fucking years, to go from 20 up to what are we at now? 3 trillion or
Yeah.
367 trillion? What the fuck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
And it's fucking intentional.
And you know, people always associate the term America first with, you know, racism and all this shit.
Fuck racism.
It's really, it doesn't, you don't even have to, it doesn't, like, regardless of political party, that term America first should mean we should fix our own shit before we go helping other people with wars and shit.
Dude, why is it that we have starving, and I understand that this is a retired talking point at this point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But why the fuck do we have homeless, starving veterans on the street? Yet we have fed immigrants.
Yeah.
Who to extend on that, who have EBT cards
Yeah. They get prepaid.
weekly.
They get prepaid debit cards, and they get put up in fucking luxury hotels in New York City. I don't know if they're still luxury now, but they said they were. Yeah, but then, you know, a gigantic majority of this country is too fucking bad paydays away from being fucking homeless, but you're giving these people prepaid debit cards.
How does that add up?
And I don't, and another thing that always bothered me about that shit is like when you see those videos in New York City or in Philadelphia or wherever else, it's never women and children. All you ever see is like military aged men standing around.
No, dude, they're fighting age men.
Yeah. Where, I mean,
Which tells me that this is a hostile takeover.
yeah.
Shit, what I do. Okay. All right. I was trying to put comments on the screen. But yeah, man, this whole country's a mess. And thankfully, in about what do we got?
About 2 months.
2 months and 3 days to where that we're gonna fix this shit. And Jet, before we sign off, because I have shit to do.
Yeah, I understand. This is kind of just a touch base one since we missed yesterday.
Yeah. Before we sign off, I wanted to say quickly that you are a lefty, and there's no shame in that because at your age, that's what you should have been.
I was raised very democratically, surprisingly. Like I've said before, I was raised I was raised pretty liberally, but not in the sense of fucking pronouns and all this madness. More sort of like a traditional liberal thing and liberal.
You were what Democrats used to be.
Yeah. Because it's funny, I always think about it like the original idea of liberalism and progressive and all that shit was the fucking punk rock shit, like fuck the system. And it's gone completely backwards to the point where it's like now it's punk rock to like Trump. Or it feels that way at least.
So I have one question to ask you before we sign off of here. What was the trigger that made you go, maybe my thinking is wrong?
A couple different things.
Okay.
So again, I'll start from the beginning. I was raised pretty traditionally liberal. Again, no radical shit.
Yeah, right.
None of that shit. You know, I was raised into a family, and I have a lot of relatives who are on both sides, right and left, and no one really super radical on either side. And again, I was raised with friends and family, you know, with that liked both parties, stuff like that. Where I kind of saw it was the 2020 election. Obviously, me and you talked a lot in, you know, those times. And, you know, then the idea started coming up of the election, potential election, the election being stolen. And the first thing was, again, obviously I've talked about before, Barack Obama was very popular, for that time, both elections. And you're trying to tell me that in 2020, when again there was mail-in ballots and all that stuff, and again, maybe I'm wrong, whatever, but you're trying to tell me in a time in 2020 when a lot of people were scared to go out or because they're being told not to go out, that Joe Biden, who did very little campaigning, again,
he was sitting there debating in circles and
so that was the first thing. And then the next thing was I kind of took a step back. I mean, into the Biden presidency, I kind of took a step back and I was like, all these fucking Democrats do is try to deliver on these empty promises to these high school or college age kids that are voting for the first time, maybe the second time. And they're, free college, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then obviously the last 3 or 4 or 5 years have been very turbulent for anyone who's not a fucking millionaire.
Dude. They tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah. And that got old to me, and so then the next thing was kind of just like, I saw how backward we were fucking going, and inflation's through the roof. The world in general, especially in America, is just burning to the ground, literally and figuratively. And all I fucking see is Joe Biden at an ice cream store and Kamala Harris laughing. And then I'll never on Thanksgiving last year, I was watching, the Thanksgiving parade on TV, right?
They were so out of fucking touch, dude.
And I was watching the Thanksgiving parade, and there was a segment on it where whoever the hosts were, called. They had Biden,
and
they had Biden on the phone for a Thanksgiving call or some shit, and he's sitting there saying that everything's so great and stuff. I'm like, no, I couldn't help but roll my eyes. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not great. And look, just to me personally, I think that 97% of politicians in general don't have mine or yours best interest in mind. Democrats and Republicans.
Jack. Before we sign off on here, I want to say one thing. Joe Biden didn't grow up the way that we grew up.
Yeah.
Okay. Donald Trump also didn't grow up the way that we grew up. Yeah. However, with him being like an entrepreneur and being there for like the working class, because he needs those people to make his shit happen. He's gonna understand their plight.
Yeah.
Joe Biden doesn't give a fuck outside of money.
Yeah. And so again, I continue to just see the world just fucking burn around me. And I was like, again, I'm like, no, so few politicians in general have my best interest in mind. So that's just kind of where I guess the 2020 election just kind of was definitely the turning point for me.
We're gonna get into the 2020 shit maybe next time or the time after. But it's been a great time with you. I have a girl here with me who's she's probably tired of my shit. So I will see you on Tuesday, buddy, and we will take it from there, right?
All right. Have a good one.
Talk to you, buddy. And as I always say, stay at a cell somewhere.
Yeah.
Stay at a cell. Jet, you can do your salute. You can do your salute.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I've
All
seen it.
Let's get it.